Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're tackling something you've asked about, the headache of managing video displays in complex settings. Think about a busy sports bar, screens everywhere. Or maybe a corporate command center, or even a really high-end home theater. The question is always the same. How do you get the right video feed to the right screen reliably without, a complete nightmare of cables and complicated gear? So we're diving deep into that, using a specific piece of tech as our guide. The WolfPack 8x16 4K 30 Hz Wallplate AV over IP matrix switcher. Sounds like a mouthful, I know. But stick with us, because this thing, it's more than just hardware. It really shows us where high-end AV distribution is heading, offering some pretty amazing flexibility and control.
Absolutely. And our mission today really is to unpack how the system works and more broadly understand the shift away from the old traditional matrix switchers towards AV over IP. It's all about using network technology, the stuff you probably already have, to make distributing video simply more powerful and just, well, better. It's a genuinely smart solution.
Okay, let's unpack that term then. AV over IP. What does that actually mean for someone, maybe used to the old way? Like, I picture those big metal boxes, right? Fixed number of HDMI ports in, fixed number out, you plug everything in directly. Very physical.
Exactly. That's the traditional matrix, point to point, often needing expensive, specialized cables if you're going any real distance. AV over IP, though, is different. It stands for Audio-Video over Internet Protocol. So basically, you're sending your high-def video, your audio, over a standard computer network, like data on the internet or in your office.
Okay, so using regular network cables, like the ones from my computer.
Pretty much, yeah. Primarily a Cat6 or Cat7 cables. And this shift, it's not just a minor change, it brings huge benefits, especially scalability and efficiency. Think about those old boxes. If your needs changed, you might have ports you paid for just sitting empty, or you had to buy way bigger than you needed just in case.
Right, future-proofing was expensive.
Totally. But with AV over IP, the source material highlights no wasted ports as traditional matrices. You just deploy what you need when you need it. It's much more modular. It's almost like treating your AV like software. You can add, remove, even relocate sources and TVs whenever you want. Your system grows with you.
That sounds incredibly flexible. No more being locked into a fixed hardware setup.
Precisely. And it leverages that standard Ethernet infrastructure we mentioned, mostly Cat6 or 7 cable. This particular WolfPack system, it can send 4K 30 Hz HDMI video and audio up to 450 feet over that cable. That's quite a distance for large buildings or venues.
Wow, 450 feet is significant.
It is. And the typical setup includes things like a rack mount 48-port 1G IGMP PoE Ethernet switch, and even a wireless access point. So it's designed as a kind of complete network solution for your AV right out of the box, wired and wireless control built in.
Okay, but sending 4K video over a network, doesn't that clog things up? What about bandwidth?
That's a really good question and something they've clearly thought about. The system uses efficient compression H.264 and H.265 protocols. You can actually switch between them. This means even with multiple 4K streams running, or those complex quad view outputs we'll talk about, the total bandwidth is kept under 1 gigabit per stream.
So it shouldn't crash your network.
Right. It manages the load intelligently. And the audio uses formats like MPEG-4 AAC and LPCM stereo that adapt to the available bandwidth too, so sound quality stays good without overloading things.
Okay, so the network side is smart, scalable. But what about actually plugging things in? You mentioned wall plates earlier. That sounds neater than boxes.
It really is, and the why use wall plates points are quite practical. First, they're just great for connecting things like laptops directly. Think of a meeting room, someone walks in, plugs their laptop straight into the wall plate, boom, they're on the main screen. Super simple. No searching for a separate box or dongle.
Yeah, I can see that being much cleaner.
Definitely. Which leads to the second point. It allows for a super clean installation in walls, desks, tables, wherever. It just looks much more professional, less cluttered. You can even install one behind a TV as the receiver unit, hiding the hardware completely. Very neat.
Okay, makes sense. Less visible tech.
And third, they mention the cost effectiveness. Around $275 for a transceiver wall plate, which for what it does is pretty reasonable, especially given the flexibility.
Transceiver, you mean it's not just input or output?
Exactly, that's the really clever part. These aren't just transmitters, TX, or receivers, RX, they're transceivers. You can actually change their function send or receive using software. So the same wall plate can be an input today and an output tomorrow if you reconfigure the room.
Oh, wow. So you don't need to buy specific input plates and output plates?
Nope. It gives you massive flexibility for installation and any future changes. Less inventory to manage, easier troubleshooting. This system comes with 8 wall plates and 16 standard receivers, all using this transceiver tech.
That software-defined flexibility is genuinely smart. Okay, so beyond the core tech and the neat wall plates, what really makes this system stand out? You mentioned controlling a visual deluge.
Right, here's where it gets really interesting, especially for those complex environments. One of the headline features is the wireless real-time video preview. Imagine you're managing that sports bar. Instead of running around checking screens, you pull out an iPad or an Android tablet running their app, like XView, and you see live video feeds of every single source. Not static pictures, but actual real-time moving video.
Wait, live video of all sources on a tablet? Seriously?
Seriously. They make a point of saying if you have, say, 12 satellite boxes on different channels, you'll see 12 different real-time videos, not pictures. Full motion.
That's huge for managing things live.
Yeah.
You know exactly what's showing everywhere instantly.
It really is. Great for monitoring, quality control, making quick changes. Now, there are a couple of small caveats. The preview on the tablet doesn't have audio, and it can't decode IP camera streams at the lowest res setting. And it's only on the app, not directly on a TV screen, unless you mirror your tablet.
Okay, minor limitations, but still, that visual overview is powerful. What about actually manipulating the displays themselves, like creating big video walls?
Ah, yes, the output side. This system is also really strong there, with built-in video wall and multiviewer functions. And it's flexible. It supports any size and quantity of video walls. So you could do a simple 2x2 wall with 4 TVs showing one big image, or 4 separate ones.
Or bigger, like a 3x3.
Yep, or a 3x3 with 9 TVs. Or even more complex setups across different locations. It has an internal video wall processor built right in, so you don't necessarily need a separate, expensive video wall controller box for many common configurations. It handles the processing internally.
And multi-viewer part.
That lets you put multiple sources onto one screen, up to a maximum 16 windows on one screen. Think security monitoring or financial data dashboards. Lots of info in one place.
Okay, that's serious display power and flexibility. Sounds like it simplifies things for installers, too.
Definitely. A few other features really help on the practical side. The PoE design power over Ethernet. That means the network cable carries both data and power to the wall plates and receivers. No need for separate power adapters at every single endpoint. Huge plus for installation.
Oh, that saves a lot of hassle with wiring.
Absolutely. And performance-wise, it offers 80-meter switching and latency. That's very fast. Switching between sources feels almost instantaneous, no awkward black screens, crucial for live events. It also handles separate KVM, audio, and RS-232. KVM means you can switch keyboard, video, and mouse control for computers. RS-232 lets you control other devices like projectors.
What about audio routing? Can you send audio anywhere?
Good question. It lets you embed audio with the HDMI source and then de-embed or extract it at the display end, so you can connect external speakers, for instance. But importantly, it notes the audio function is only an extract function and is not able to do as an audio matrix, meaning audio follows the video. You can't route audio from source A to speaker B if video A is going to screen C.
Okay, so audio follows video. Good to know for planning.
Right. And they emphasize reliability, too. They test these units in a heating room for 12 hours for aging at 140 degrees Fahrenheit. That suggests they're built to last in tough conditions.
It's pretty intense testing.
It is. Control is flexible, too. Wireless iPad and Android tablet control, plus Windows software support. And while you can manually set IP addresses, it recommends automatic setup for plug and play. And finally, scalability. If you need more inputs or outputs down the line, the network switches can be cascaded, act as a large matrix. You can basically keep expanding.
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you, our listener? We've gone through this WolfPack system, and it's clearly more than just a switcher. It's a really smart approach to handling complex video setups. You get that real-time preview, those clever wall plates, powerful video walls, all running over standard network cables. If you're managing lots of screens, this kind of system seems like it could take away a lot of the pain and give you effortless control instead of information overload.
I agree. And stepping back, tech like this WolfPack switcher really shifts our expectations. It's moving AV management from just connecting cables to genuinely intelligent system control. It makes sophisticated setups, things that used to be incredibly complex and costly, much more accessible. It's kind of democratizing high-end AV control in a way.
That's a great way to put it.
And that leads to a final thought for you to consider. With this kind of power, real-time monitoring, flexible displays, network integration, where does this go next? Could we see systems like this become even smarter, maybe using AI to anticipate what content you need where, blurring the lines further between just showing information and creating truly interactive, personalized visual experiences? What new ways might we use and interact with visual data when these systems get even more intuitive, even more woven into our connected environments? Something to think about.